Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at the Carter NV release aid. This is new in my store today. And as soon as I saw it, I went, what's this? It's green. And Carter don't normally do green release aid. So I was like, I don't even know what this is. Because I tend to order stuff and I don't know what I'm ordering. I just order everything they have in stock. So I pulled it out the pack. And we'll pull it out the pack. And you probably already know what this is because you probably do more research than I do. But this is a back tension release aid. Okay, so basically it's a hinge. So this hinges to cause the trigger. This little lever here, which the D loop goes on, feels like it's got a little magnet on it. There's definitely no rubber. So a lot of the Scott back tension release aids use a little rubber, like a little bracer rubber. Bracer, is that what they call it for your teeth? To hold the little thing in place. This feels like it's got a rubber. Now, the first thing I'm going to say with Carter release aids, they've been on the market forever. So since I was 14, I think, was the first Carter I owned. It's always been a premier release company. There's a lot of competition now, but back in the day, Carter was it as far as release aids. And they've always made really dependable, high quality release aids. And they're always at the top end of the market. But now with competition from the various release aid manufacturers, they're still expensive, but they're not as expensive as many of the others. So, but what I'm going to say with Carter is I've been selling them for, how old am I? 50. And I've had an archery shop since I'm 20, so that's 30 years. And I don't remember ever having a problem with any of them. So, and I can't say that for any other release aid manufacturer ever. I'm pretty sure. So the other release aid manufacturers are Scott, Truebull, Hot Shot. All the others I've had issues with. Carter I haven't had any issues. They've all been basically bulletproof. Now, Carter has not been known as a back tension release aid. They've got back tension release aids and they've always had them, but they've never been very popular for me with sales in my store. And I don't know if it's because they don't feel good in the hand or what it is, but back tension release aids have always gone in my store to the other companies like Scott or Truebull or Stan. Hot Shot have got back tension release aids. So anyway, so a bit about this. 3 fingers, which is cool. You can change the position of this. This is with thumb. This is so you don't pivot, because the way you set off a back tension release aid is by pivoting the shot, by moving your wrist. Now, the way back tensions work, this here is where it triggers. You can see there's little 2 moons. That's what it triggers on, this bit here. So this bit here, inside there, goes past that and it triggers. Now you'll see there's 2 spots here. One is going to be for the click and one is going to be for the firing. So with a back tension release aid, some people have it set up so it goes click and then it fires. So it's got to do with the position of both of those there. Now most release aids, most back tension release aids, if not all, have got the ability to have a click feature. But not all have the ability to adjust the timing of the click, so you can set it to be, you know, basically how far it is before it goes off. A lot of pre-set from the factory, so you switch the moon around, it gives you a set position, or you switch the moon around the other way to turn it off. There is a few release aid manufacturers which have this function where you've got ones for the click and ones for the shooting. Those being the Scott Ascent, there, which is a very, very similar system. You can see the 2 hinges there. The Carter 2 Moons has it. I think another Carter's got it too. But there is a couple now with the 2 twin systems. So I was like, as soon as I saw this, I thought of the Scott Ascent, and I shoot a Scott Ascent. So I was like, well, let's look at this. Now, the first thing that struck me was, how do I adjust these two moons to adjust the shot trigger? Now you can see there's an adjustment there and there's a lock system down here. Now I did read the instructions, which I don't normally do. This is for turning the lock on. So when you want to make the adjustment, you turn it on here, you turn it off here. and lock it back in place. It's just a friction thing, and I'll show you that in the instructions. And then this little screw here is adjusting the travel. And I think there's another one. I think there's another one just there. I'm hoping that zooms in. I think there's another one there for the click. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the instructions. So this is what it comes with. It comes with 3 Allen keys. And the instructions are in the middle. So this is the instructions. Now this is an instruction built for boys. It's got pictures, which is very handy because boys basically don't like reading generally. Although I had a customer who came in today who liked to read. But it's nice and simple. It's laid out, shows you how it works, very simple, and I like these instructions. I think full hats off to Carter for this. Now, I don't know the price on this release. It came in today. I haven't even seen how much I paid for it. But I thought, let's have a shot. Now, ideally, what you do is you get up close to the target, and I'll do that. Let's go close to the target. Because when you're shooting a back tension release, you don't know when it's going to shoot. So you want to be close. So if anything happens, you're not going to lay an arrow through the glass window, which is behind the target. So let's just move closer and let's have a shot and see how this feels. So whenever you're trying a new release aid, new bow, always stand point blank distance away from the target. It's not good enough to go, oh, I'm going to stand back there at 15 meters and miss the target. I mean, it's just stupidity. And I've seen it in my store so many times and I just shake my head. In fact, in one of my stores, I had this roller door. It was a store I was renting. I had this roller door behind it and it was filled with arrow holes because basically customers would go out there and miss and put the arrow straight through the roller door, which was such a pain. So stand point blank distance away from the target so you don't miss. Now, as I said, I'm a huge fan of Carter, so let's see how I find this. Now with back tension release aid, it takes a bit of time to get confident with it. So you can see it fell off then. That's more than common when shooting at back tension. After about 2 or 3 shots, I should feel pretty confident with this. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to say that's set hot. It went off really hot. It's a different feel of a release aid. I'm not a big fan of this, like the fourth. This is only a 3-finger release aid. 1, 2, 3. But you kind of have your little pinky here. I'm not a huge fan of that because I kind of roll this little pinky in. I kind of clinch my hand, so to speak. I feel like I clinch my hand. I kind of feel like I roll it. Whether you roll it or not, like, I feel like that's what I do. Well, so if you saw me flinch then, that was the little click going off. So I don't shoot with a click because as soon as I hear it go click, I think my bow's about to explode. Not that my bow has ever exploded. I get nervous with it, and that's more than common with back tension release aids. As soon as you hear that click, people will shudder. And I'm going to say that's why people don't shoot with clicks. When I started shooting back tension, I did shoot with a click, but I'm going to guess I shot with a click for probably 2 months. But many people do shoot with clicks. Wow, they've set this thing really hot. Now, I'm going to say I like it to start with, but I don't love it. And What I'm not liking about it is this finger here. This finger here, I feel that the angle's too far up, just there. So it's easy to get off. Like, this is coming off so easy for me. But it's just not feeling as comfortable as my hand as the Scott Ascent did, or the True Fire Sear. As soon as I shot this True Fire Sear, I love the feel of it. I love the feel of the Scott Ascent. Like, this is coming off well. I like the way it feels, but I feel what's Carter's famous for is their thumb release aids. Now, if I was shooting this as a thumb release aid, this would be more than comfortable, this shape, because it's at that angle. But I'm at this angle and I'm kind of pushing down. That's pushing down. My finger here is pushing downwards. So if I'm going to go to my, this is me making stuff up, by the way. See, if I go to the Scott Ascent there, you can see this finger here has got no downwards pressure on it. So there's no finger, and this little finger's free. So I'm just going to have a shot with the Scott Ascent, if I don't drop my arrows on the ground. So I like the way the Carter adjusts. Yeah, so I like the way the Carter adjusts, but you can see this finger here, this finger, the ring finger, it's got no pressure point here, and it clearly has that pressure point there with the Carter. So I'm going to stick with the Scott Ascent. It's not to say that the Carter is not a good choice. You may find the Carter is easier to get the shots off because you're that much more in control with this finger and that finger. So once again, if you're in the market for release aid, you're best to try them and say, well, look, these are the ones I'm interested in for these reasons. So if you want one where the adjustable click, you've got the choice of the Scott Ascent. You got the choice of the Carter NV. You got the choice of the Carter 2 Moons. They're the ones I know. So True Ball, I don't think offer it. But yeah. As far as the grip, I just don't think I like this shape better. It just feels better in my hand. It feels... So I think this is the shape Carter need, and I still like Carter. I think they make fantastic products, but I just think the shape's not... It doesn't feel right to me for the whole back tension. The weight, this is stainless steel. The other is alloy. That doesn't worry me at all. It's just that center finger, this finger here on the... NV. It's just that bar there. I kind of want this to be more rounded. I want it to be rounded, and I want to get rid of this little finger off here, and I think I would probably shoot this. But yeah, anyway, that's Carter NV. Check it out at your local archery shop. I think Carter have only just kind of released them. Either that or I haven't known about it, but a rock solid product. Rock like never have I had a problem with a Carter release aid, and I sell a couple a week. So yeah, great product. You've just got to feel comfortable with in your hand, and as a thumb trigger I probably would feel comfortable with this, but yeah, you can see the pressure there on this finger pushing downwards, where even there it's still up against it because these fingers are spread. Maybe if I had bigger fingers, I don't know. Anyway, I'm Stephen Hayden from Archery Supplies. That's the Carter NV. Check it out at your local archery shop. Thanks for watching. Bye.